Antonio Gibson, first-round pick at this point?
I won't talk you out of it. The fire hose is on. It's that time of year when you can feel everybody's coming online, our whole football world, our whole fantasy football world. Football's back. We love hanging out with each other. That's what fantasy football is all about. Now, Alan, it's not so much do you have information, it's whose information or what kind of information are you acting on, because there's so much information that now it's not finding it, it's filtering it.
When did you start doing fantasy football analysis?
The journey started for me whenever I got my first office job in the year 2000, and I realized I was in front of a computer every day. I liked managing my fantasy teams better than my job. I liked managing my fantasy teams better than my job. I think this is important for people in this age of social media. One of the things I like to say about social media is you reveal things about yourself, but different things than you think you're revealing. Another thing is, and I think people experience this, you curate an audience that basically reflects back at you the energy that you exude.
And you were talking about Justin Herbert in the Chargers preview. You called him usefully oblivious.
I think that Joe Flacco had this early in his career. Ben Roethlisberger had this earlier in his career. You know, another way I can spin this too, Alan, is just finish watching the Olympics. For instance, in the context of the Olympics, when it's your first Olympics and you're still a teenager, you don't realize yet how difficult it is to even get there. You don't realize yet how much is on the line. You don't realize yet how few opportunities you will get in your life to do that. So in some ways, you put no pressure on yourself. But what statistic, I was thinking about this, holding penalties is one of the only ones I could come up with. What statistic in football is really an individual statistic? Because it is the ultimate team sport. And there is no way you can talk about what one player did without it implicating what another player did.
Marvin Jones.
I think what we can see is Visca Chenault's not going to be used to the extent we hoped. Chark already got dinged by Urban Meyer. Jones has a history with Brian Schottenheimer, so everything lines up. He's been conducting himself like the number one, like the elder statesman, so we should expect him to be the most valuable Jags receiver this year.